Discussing today very quickly, we'll keep it a short halacha. Tiltul Keli Shemelachto leisur agav heter. So now, what about a unique scenario where this kli is considered a kli Muktzeh Keli Shemelachto leisur? Is there any way to move it? So we've established already that if it l'tzorach mekomo or gufo, you can move it. If I want to use the hammer, if I needed the place that the hammer is sitting on, I can move it. Now, what about if I want to protect this keli from breaking or going bad? Let's say you have a hammer in the sun and you don't want it to get, or in the rain, you want it to get rusty or something. You have a screwdriver somewhere that you're scared it's going to get lost. Are you allowed to move it? Is there any way to move it, or is it Muktzeh? This is how does it fall into this? This is a machloket actually. In the beginning of the seifim that discuss Muktzeh, the Shulchan Aruch talks about it. And Seif Hey, the Shulchan Aruch is posek that Rashai letaltelo yedei she'eniach alav davar heter kegon kikar lechem or kli shemachto leheter v'yetelem yachad. Shulchan Aruch suggests the idea where in this scenario where you're interested in moving this keli shemelachto leisur to protect itself from the sun to the shade, from the rain to the dry area, you would be allowed to put something that's mutar, like a loaf of bread or any other kli shemelachto leheter on it, and that way you'll be able to move the kli shemelachto leisur without any problem. This is actually a machloket. The Mishnah Berurah seems to suggest that he should be strict, but Rav Ovadia nevertheless disagrees and says the halacha is like the Shulchan Aruch, that for us Faradim, we are allowed to do such a concept where we put something that's mutar on the kli that's asur, and because that the heter enables us to move the kli shemelachto leisur as well. If someone wants to be strict, they may be strict, but we always teach like the Shulchan Aruch. Now, just to clarify this, let's say it's a cooking pot that we established is considered kli shemelachto leisur, not a regular pot that you can store things, but a general pot that you majority of the time cook with. In that scenario, if there's food in there, food is always heter, then everyone would agree that you're allowed to move that pot. So no problem, because the heter that's in the pot isn't a problem. It allows you to move the entire keli. Same as different types of mortars. If you already ground up, let's say some garlic or there's ground up food or spices in the mortar that you use to ground up. Generally speaking, that mortar is a kli shemelachto leisur because you're using it to ground. But because it has spices in it, you can move it. All those are the two examples they give as an exception. This only applies to kli shemelachto leisur. But if it's a kli mechamat chesron kis, we'll talk about later, where it's something that's with a valuable object like a shechita knife or any of these examples, then this heter wouldn't work, and putting something heter on it would still not enable you to move it. Only with the kli shemelachto leisur, according to the Shulchan Aruch, are we allowed to do so. Have a wonderful day.